Hello and welcome to Behind the Plastic, a show where toy photographers interview toy photographers and people in the toy photography community about toy photography. My name's Zach. With me as always, Jay and Sully. Say hello.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. And Jay, thank you for the little wave. That was nice. Our guest today is a man who can build anything and everything in 1/12 scale and other scales. And he does. Please give a huge welcome for Oilers Workshop!
So happy to
Polo.
This has been Sully's dream since we started this show. Every week he's like, can we get Oilers yet?
I'm like, can we please get Oilers on? I freaking love this guy.
Yeah,
thank you so much.
We all love you.
I thought it was the Houston Oilers, and I said they are the Tennessee Titans now.
No. You have to stay the Oilers. That's not why my name is my name.
Oh, we want to find out about your name. Let's start the clock and start off with that. How'd you land on Oilers Workshop?
Me and my friends are giant nerds, and we decided to make costumes for a steampunk ball in Virginia City, and I couldn't come up with a name for my character. So while we were standing in line filling out forms for the costume contest, I was trying to think of what my character was, and I'm like, what am I? I'm an engineer. I have an exosuit. I build things. What it has to do with engineering in the 1800s: oil, grease, copper, metal, oilers. I'll be Euler McCoyle, the Scottish engineer and designer and builder of the world famous airship, the Selenium Sail. So Euler is the name of my steampunk character in costume, and so it's basically just me if I was an engineer in a steampunk world.
That is awesome.
That's
have you built an airship?
No, but actually that is a plan for a future video. I want to build the airship I had in my brain when I came up with that name. So.
Please, I love.
I gotta say, when you said nerdy, nerdy.
Yeah. It had nothing to do with sports ball, sorry, or hockey or whatever.
All right, Oilers Workshop, aka Jordan. For those of you out there who don't know who this is, why don't you tell everybody a little bit about yourself?
I have been a lifelong geek and nerd, and I like to make things. I love art and creative design in all forms. And my whole life, I've always loved miniature things. I think they're a form of surrealistic art. And I like the idea that this miniature palette is not real, but it is real at the same time. And that has always appealed to me. And I was inspired when I was 7 for watching Star Wars for the first time. And I've been figuring out how to do things related to film special effects my whole life. And so everything you see me do comes from the genesis of that, and as evolution to where it brought me evolutionarily in my life and creative journey to where I am now.
So have you been doing it nonstop since 7?
On and off in different forms, like just basically the design and the how to make things aspect. Like it was always, hey, that was in a movie, somebody made that, how'd they do it? And it's always me trying to figure that out as a fan of the things. Never going to formal school for it, but just trying to figure it out in different ways my whole life with whatever money I did or did not have, or whatever time I did not have, or tools I did or did not have. So it's been a long journey, but finally as an adult with adult space and a little bit of adult money, I've been able to figure more out. So
awesome.
I think a natural question: has any of your stuff appeared anywhere outside of toy photography, like any sort of a movie?
I have had it's not really. It's been in advertisements, but not a movie yet. I have spoken to people about projects like that, but it just hasn't turned into a full-on yet. But I have talked to 2 or 3 different people about projects in the past and future, so we'll see where things go. So
hey, those people that you guys talked to Jordan, you probably have no idea who the hell we are, but just hire him for the stuff because he makes incredible stuff.
Take our word for it.
Yes. Yeah.
So if like Lucasfilm called you up and said, hey, would you like to work for us in our miniature props department? Would you be like, yeah?
Probably. It just depends on the context.
Or would you be like, no, I got my own stuff going on?
Oh no. I would be. I would like to work. That's the work I like to do, but more as an independent person. Though it'd be hard for me to just uproot myself and go work for some studio and dedicate it. But I'd like to. That's what I'd like to do. But independently, continue to stay. Where am I? Over here, Oilers Workshop. But do that work when it's needed. So.
Okay.
Well, with Oilers Workshop, you have your hands full. I mean, I'm always seeing you building the craziest stuff, from cheeseburgers and noodle house menus to
the indoor skate park.
Buildings of all shapes and sizes, and gigantic clock towers for NECA. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Sure.
What's going on with that?
So I reached out to their videographer a long time ago. We've been communicating as like just both fans of film special effects. We kind of connected on that, DM Galloway. And we have just been connected on that for a long time. And I asked him if there was anything that he ever wanted to use as a set, what would it be? And he said the top of the Empire State Building, which, because of his love for King Kong and my love for the original King Kong and the stop motion animation, it's actually something I always wanted to make. So in my extra time that I didn't really have, I made him that. And I sent it to him as a gift, as a friend. And he ended up animating the King Kong from NECA on top of it. And that actually got us both a follow from Phil Tippett, the guy who designed the Tauntaun. I discovered it on accident one day. I was looking for his account and it said follow back. And I was like, what? And then I went to him and I told him, and he's like, what? And he went to Phil's account and it said follow back for him too. The only conclusion I can draw is that he must have seen the animation he did, and I was like, oh my God, what? So he's one of my heroes, right? Like as far as like art stuff. And so that made us we talked a lot about that and got it connected. And then he ended up working for NECA and recommended me to do that for them. And then I did it. So that's the short version.
Wow. That's so awesome.
Yeah. I about pooed my Oiler pants when I saw that.
King Kong side story. Guys, I don't think anyone's going to beat that one.
I don't think so. No.
I saw him on the con floor at Adam Savage's con. I walked up to him and I said, Mr. Tippett, would you sign your work? And I have my Star Wars model shop book here, and he signed his work for me. And I said, I discovered that you followed me on Instagram. And he's like, I don't know. I just press buttons, maybe.
That sounds like him. All right. We're running out of time here. This is the kind of time that I wish the show was, twice as long, 3 times as long. But we want to look at some of your work here. Let me bring this up. I have a quick video that I want to share here.
This is the one.
Suspense.
Oh my goodness.
What?
So how long would it take you to make something like this?
Because I was doing it in spare time. It took 11 months. But if I was just dedicated to it, I probably could knock it out in about 3. But yeah, it's about 11 months of all my spare time. So.
And you cut those bricks out individually, didn't you?
Yeah. I wanted to do a herringbone brick pattern for years, and I was like, I'm going to do it on this, even if it takes me forever.
I'm holding my head because it's going to fall off if I let go.
I know. Seriously. Okay, let's look at one of the shots of it here. Look at this beauty.
This is nuts, man. This is nuts. Well, actually,
you can back a little truck up in there and start unloading stuff on the dock.
You know what? I'm really interested in your toy collection. You have these world-class dios. Do you do you throw a couple figures in there and, imagine, dream?
Yeah. Well, I usually use them to scale things and make sure they look visually right. Yeah. I have a pretty eclectic collection. I've been reorganizing it recently. Yeah.
Okay, so tell us, how much of this did you actually make? Like those yellow stairs, did you fabricate those yourself? Did you get those?
Every single thing is handmade by me in this entire image. I don't print anything or buy anything.
You're insane, dude. You are insane.
It's foam, PVC sheets, sandpaper, corkboard, styrene, wooden dowels, vinyl flooring, baling wire, chicken wire, gutter mesh. I'm looking at everything in the image trying to remember what it is. That's
the
mostly what
MacGyver.
you're looking at.
And not
There's
just
actual glass
unbelievable.
inside the windows on the left. And Eric never took a picture of it. That's who has this. Eric stuttered. And the left side wall on the top, it's a big W for Wayne Enterprises carved into the side of the
oh
building.
man,
I remember seeing the W, and I was wondering what it was for.
Let me get another one.
I'm like
here.
Wonder Woman. I was trying to think of what Wayne.
It could double as that too. Yeah.
Unbelievable doesn't do this stuff justice.
He's like MacGyver.
There we go.
With that W there, yeah.
Yeah,
dude.
it kind of ended up looking like the Wonder Woman logo, but like I was building this like I think before I realized that.
Yeah.
So it just kind of was incidental.
No, it's awesome. I remember watching one of your videos where you're making the fire escape.
Oh,
Very cool.
thank you.
Unbelievable. I mean, like, this is crazy. And this is, from what, 3 years ago? You've just
3 or
been
4 years, something like that. Yeah.
You've been on a rampage, but you've been excellent. I mean, top tier at what you do for a long time. And it's always fun seeing what you cook up next. I can't believe that we're already down to the 2-minute mark, but we are. That means it's time for the hot seat.
Time for the hot seat.
All right, Jordan, what's your favorite thing to make?
Dumpsters.
Dumpsters. All right. Speaking of hot dumpsters,
Ooh, look at that.
what is your
dumpster.
least favorite toy line
Least
that
favorite
you
toy
might as
line.
well throw into that dumpster?
All right. Everyone's about to get offended. I have gotten to the point where I don't like Marvel Legends anymore.
All right.
I think everybody can relate.
Is there one dial that you sold that you wish you still had, and what was it?
The alleyway that you just saw, I kind of wish I had that back, mostly because I have a bunch more photo ideas I never got to do.
Okay.
What's your least favorite thing to make?
Dios, no. I don't like things that seem like they take forever and they shouldn't, in my mind, but it can be kind of anything, so I don't have a specific idea, but anything that gives me that feeling. So sometimes halfway through something, you think it's going to take you 4 or 5 hours and it takes you 3 days. That stuff, it just starts to drive me nuts after a while. So.
For the viewers who are watching this, when is your next availability date to work on a commission?
2025-ish.
Busy man.
Yes. And who inspires you? Like who's your role model that got you into it?
Any of the concept designers and film special effects artists that made the movies that we all love, especially the ones from the 70s, 80s, and even 90s. I love Joe Johnston. I like, I mentioned Phil Tippett before we were talking before the show. I love Doug Chang, like all the Star Wars guys, as well as the indie special effects guys.
3,
Anything that did
2,
science fiction.
1. That's all the time we have. Thank you for coming.